पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एक ऐसा स्किल जो ना कि सिर्फ हमें अपने प्लेसमेंट पे हेल्प करेगा, इट विल ऑल्सो हेल्प अस थ्रू आउट आवर लाइफ। एंड इस पॉडकास्ट में हम लोग यही जानेंगे, इसी के ऊपर डिस्कस करेंगे कि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग होता क्या है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स होता क्या है, एंड हम कैसे ये स्किल्स सीख सकते हैं। एंड थ्रू आउट दिस पॉडकास्ट वी विल डिस्कस ऑल अबाउट दिस थिंग, दिस particular skills. And in this podcast we have Twinkle Chatterjee. Twinkle Lee has a special ability to talk with any people, any kind of people. She loves to interact with people. She loves to talk with people, and she has also hosted many events. इवन हमारे कॉलेज के जितने सारे इवेंट्स होते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट सारे इवेंट्स ट्विंकल दी होस्ट करते हैं। एंड वी विल नो मोर अबाउट हर लेटर ऑन इन दिस पॉडकास्ट। सो बिना किसी देरी के ये पॉडकास्ट शुरू करते हैं। और अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट इंफॉर्मेटिव लगे, ये पॉडकास्ट से आपको कुछ वैल्यू प्रोवाइड हो, तो ऑल्सो शेयर दिस पॉडकास्ट विथ योर फ्रेंड्स एंड लाइक दिस पॉडकास्ट एंड सब्सक्राइब अस।
Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. In today's podcast, we will discuss about public speaking and communication skills. And today we have Twinkle Chatterjee with us. So how are you, Twinkle Di?
I'm good. How are
So
you?
I'm also good. So before going to our podcast, please give us a small intro.
Yeah. Okay. So, hello everybody. My name is Twinkle Chatterjee. You can call me Twinkle or by my social media famous nickname Chocostar. Okay. So basically, I'm an object-oriented person with an innovative outlook, and then I consider myself to be a confident trilingual individual. And I also come forward whenever I see the need of a leader. And what I love doing is experiencing new things, finding new stuff, meeting people of various genres, and something I really like doing, which I have kind of loved even more after being a college student, is public speaking, something on which today we're going to talk about. I'm really excited, by the way, because public speaking is something that makes me feel myself. I feel so good, happy, and since I love talking, I love doing public speaking. That's it.
And going straight to our main question, that what is public speaking?
Okay, so we're going to get straight into the topic. Okay, so public speaking. Now, if you just Google or YouTube this answer, you'll get various solutions to your problems. Okay, what is public speaking? But then, since today we're doing it with us, I'll give you my views, and this interview sort of session is going to be completely impromptu, so I'm not prepared. So if I fumble or I forget things, please forgive me. Okay, so what is public speaking? To me, addressing the public, speaking something that the public wants to hear and will be interested in knowing or hearing from you. Okay, by the way you say it or the way you tell them is basically public speaking.
Okay, so what is the difference between public speaking and face-to-face conversation like we are doing right now? We are talking face-to-face, not face-to-face, it's online, but yeah. What is the main difference between public speaking and face-to-face conversation?
Yeah, it's like more like screen to screen. Okay. Public speaking, as I said already. Now coming to the other one, which was face-to-face talking, like in person when you're talking. See, for the second one, it is more informal. Like people consider it to be more informal. But when it is public speaking, it's like you have an agenda, you have a topic on which you're supposed to stick to, and then you're supposed to talk about that, or maybe teach. Even I consider teaching to be a public speaking too, because you have the topic, you have your agenda, and you have to explain it to the students, tell them and make them understand. So that is kind of public speaking too. And then you see all those TED talks and all, they are also public speaking for sure. But then when you're talking in person, like today I'm talking to you, or if I'm talking to my friends, that is more of like an informal talk. Like I can literally deviate from this to that any moment. Right now I'm talking about it's raining outside. Next moment I'll be like, अरे मेरे वो सर तो आज आए नहीं, अच्छा हुआ मैथ्स क्लास नहीं हुआ. something of that sort. But when you are given a topic, you're supposed to speak in a public, you have to actually gauge the expressions of of your audience and then speak accordingly. So that is the difference.
सो यूएस में एक सर्वे हुआ था जिसका रिजल्ट ये आया था कि ज्यादातर पब्लिक्स जो होते हैं वो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग से ज्यादा डरते हैं इन रेस्पेक्ट टू डेथ. डेथ कम्स इन सेकंड पोजीशन एंड पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कम्स इन फर्स्ट पोजीशन. सो माय थर्ड क्वेश्चन इज दैट व्हाई एवरीवन इज अफ्रेड टू पब्लिक स्पीकिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू यू?
अरे आई थॉट स्टडीज पहले आएंगे. पीपल आर मोर स्केर्ड ऑफ एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स, जेईई, नीट, मैथ से लोग ज्यादा डरते हैं देन पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. बट पब्लिक स्पीकिंग रैंकिंग 1 इज लाइक वेरी शॉकिंग टू मी. सी, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, ये अगर सच बात है देन आई कैन गेस दिस एज लाइक, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में क्या होता है, लोग सोचते हैं कि मेन जो फियर होता है वो है कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. मैं अगर कुछ भूल जाती हूँ स्टेज पे जाके, आई फॉरगेट midway, I'm talking about something serious and then I forget. I will have cold feet, I will have shaking feet and everything. I will just be so scared. I will talk the way I was talking like seconds back. So when you are going to speak in public, just remember, you are here to talk, people are here to listen, that's it. And you know what, I prefer audience who does not know me rather than being in front of my friends or people who I already know. Because if you are like, I have seen most of my friends, they're like, अगर मैं उनको जाके भी बोलती हूँ कि यार तुमको अभी जाके ऐसे एक ऑडियंस को फेस करना है जिनमें से तुम किसी को भी नहीं जानती हो, इट्स अ एंटायर फ्रेश बैच ऑफ पीपल, दे आर लाइक यार मैं क्या करूंगी, मैं तो नहीं जानती हूँ, किसी को पता नहीं क्या सोचेंगे. अरे घंटा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है उनको. दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड बाय एनीथिंग. दे आर लाइक, दे आर हियर टू लिसन. Whatever you say, if you speak something wrong also, they won't remember. सुन के चले जाएंगे, याद भी नहीं रहेगा उनको. So and if for the second case, if you are speaking in front of people who you already know, then chances ऐसे हो सकते हैं कि supposingly I have anchored before in my life in some event XYZ, and I'm anchoring today, and today I was not feeling well, or maybe I'm not in a good mood. My anchoring was not that great. So that person will compare my past performance and today's performance. और फिर वो मेरे को comments दे सकते हैं, तुम्हारा पिछला वाला performance better था, ये तुम आज गलत बोले. So that is one thing that might bother you. But then otherwise, इतना सोचने का नहीं है. Just जाओ, बोलो, बात करो. When you're talking to your friends, do you even think so कि क्या बोलेगा वो इंसान? You use so many abusive languages. Do you even think so that you even think twice कि what are those meanings of those words? What are the meaning of those words? And you don't think so much, right? So public speaking इतना क्यों सोचना? Don't think too much.
Yeah. एंड जब भी हम पब्लिक स्पीकिंग की बात करते हैं तो मेरे दिमाग में सबसे पहले जो चीज आता है वो है स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियंस को देखते हैं. दे आर आल्सो गुड पब्लिक स्पीकर्स आल्सो, एंड आई हैव आल्सो सीन मेनी पॉडकास्ट दैट वंस रणवीर आलावादिया एंड अंकुर वारिकू देयर वाज, सो दे आर वेरी गुड पब्लिक स्पीकर्स. सो माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स वी शुड फॉलो टू बी अ गुड स्पीकर and public speaker more specifically?
Now coming to the context you were talking about just like minutes back, that is about comedians. Now I am a great fan of comedy. Okay, even when I was at school, whenever we used to do the school plays, I used to play the part of the funny character. Okay, I was actually entitled as the funny bone. Okay, funny bone character.
Same here.
So basically I love comedians. You have taken names of very great people, but somebody who I follow every afternoon while I'm having my lunch or while I'm having my dinner is Kapil Sharma. Like, I really adore his comedy. The way he talks, his timings are just so perfect. Like, if it's spontaneous, okay, you don't have a script there. When you're talking to such great personalities, like you see Big B, Abhishek Bachchan, Amitabh Bachchan, so many great people come to his show, and then he behaves in such a way, he's so humble and then talks so politely, but even then he does comedy, everybody laughs. So that is the amount of confidence that a public speaker should have. Okay, if you're expecting to be a good public speaker. And yeah, I also follow many comedians. I really like Kenny Sebastian. I like his confidence. And then what was the question exactly? What are the things that are needed to be a good public speaker? Okay, so one very important thing that you must have, like it's like a put a double tick on that, that is confidence. Without confidence you will get nothing in life. Even if you are in sitting in your job interview, if you answer the question of like basic questions like what is an array, let's say you are a computer science student and you know a little bit about data structures, if you have to answer what is an array and you get stuck there, you cannot like say it, you are scared, nothing will happen. Okay, you should have confidence. नहीं भी पता होगा आंसर, ऐसे बोलो कि हाँ अरे पढ़े तो थे, हर चीज थोड़ी याद रहता है सर, भूल गए कुछ और पूछ लीजिए सर, ऐसे तुम बोलो इंस्टेड ऑफ सर याद नहीं आ रहा है सर, सर वेरी सर, which one is looking better, tell me. The first one was way more confident and the interviewer actually will smile at you and say अच्छा कोई नहीं कुछ और पूछ लेते हैं चलो, ऐसे होता है. Even if you viva try this trick, it will work. Okay, number 2 can be
कॉन्फिडेंस
if
पे
you
मैं
are
एक और
talking
बात
about
बोलना चाहूंगा. कॉन्फिडेंस पे मैं एक और बात बोलना चाहूंगा. I'm in fifth or sixth standard, and we have a play on our school. That is most probably Joy Baba Honuna. Okay, so I was playing as a trainer of a monkey, and one of my friend has played a role of the king. While acting the play, he forgot his line, and just he was out of context. He managed so well that part that nobody thought that he forgot his context, that is his line, and the plays goes very well. So that's the thing कि जब हमारे पास कोई context भी नहीं रहेगा, हम हमारे context भी भूल जाएंगे, then if we have confidence, then we can manage the situation. That my and that
वही से
plays
बोल
goes
मत अपना,
really well.
बस एटीट्यूड सही होना चाहिए, अच्छे से बोल दो बस हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
वही है कि कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए. एंड नंबर 2 इज many people have this, I don't know if you have this in your question list or not, but there is a rumor, I will literally call this a rumor, because people generally believe that if supposedly you are supposed to talk on a topic, particular topic, let's say you are in India, okay, and you are given a topic and you have to talk on that. The primary language will definitely be English in most of the cases for obvious reasons. Now if you are not given a particular language, people generally choose English. Now the thing is, अगर कहीं पे mentioned नहीं है कि आपको English में ही बोलना है पूरा चीज, तो आप इंग्लिश बंगाली हिंदी मिला के बोलिए, अपने मदर टंग में बोलिए, कोई नहीं आपको बोलेगा. कितने कॉमेडियन से वो अपने मदर टंग में बोलते, कपिल शर्मा
For
इज माय
example, Kapil
इंस्पिरेशन.
Sharma. Yeah.
उनको इंग्लिश बिल्कुल नहीं आता है, बट द वे ही टॉक्स इन इंग्लिश, उनके इंग्लिश के लिए भी वो फेमस है.
I think
तो
language is to connect with people. Like मैं अभी जो content अभी बना रहा हूँ वो ज्यादातर students के लिए है. So our language should be like this कि जो students को समझ में आए. अगर हम उनसे connect कर पाए, then our language got a success.
the main use of language or public speaking to let your audience know कि बात क्या कर रहे हो तुम. अभी मैं किसी ऐसे में gibberish बोलूंगी तो तुमको नहीं समझ आएगा. I should talk sense. That is one thing. You should talk sense. बस आप कौन से language में बोल रहे हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता till the time the person understands the particular language.
So my next question is, should a public speaker be humorous or not?
Humorous? Yes, definitely. See, I'll tell you one thing. Whenever I did public speaking in school, there were some of my friends who had great English speaking skills. I mean, their vocabulary was so good. They had a great stock of words. Okay, but what they did was, whenever they used to talk, they used to talk like this. एक तो एकदम formal way में they used to talk, and then talk in one tone. मतलब, yes, my name is Twinkle. I'm from this college. I study in third year. This was how they used to talk, with no facial expression, nothing. But instead, if I talk like this, hey, this is me, Twinkle. How are you? This and that. See, this actually makes the person engage more. Okay, these are small tips and tricks. And if you are talking and if you cannot engage the audience, what is the use? तुम बोले जा रहे हो, कोई ऑडियंस सुन ही नहीं रहा है तुम्हारे बात का, तो फर्क मतलब नहीं बनता है ना उसका. तो तुम बेवजह तुम बोले जा. तो वही है कि ह्यूमरस क्या होता है कि अगर कभी तुम्हारे बोलने के तरीके से द ऑडियंस ड्रिफ्ट्स, माने उसका अटेंशन ड्रिफ्ट हो रहा है, then you can use some of your daddy jokes probably, or maybe your PJs, that also works sometimes, to bring back the audience's attention. तो उसके लिए humorous होना जरूरी है. Maybe the way you talk, या फिर अगर कोई सो रहा है तो बोलो हेलो सर गुड मॉर्निंग, ऐसे करके. हमेशा जोक मतलब एकदम ऐसा प्रॉपर जोक नहीं होता है, बात करते करते भी जोक हो जाता है.
Yeah, that's the thing. And आपने भी एक एक्सप्रेशन की बात किया, इमोशन की बात किया, तो आई थिंक पब्लिक स्पीकर्स आल्सो हैव दिस एबिलिटी टू make people connect with their emotions and their expressions. Means हम जो बात कर रहे हैं वो किस इमोशन से जुड़ा हुआ है, किस एक्सप्रेशन से जुड़ा हुआ है, वो भी एक मैटर करता है पब्लिक स्पीकर्स के लिए. सो कमिंग टू आवर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, टेल अस हाउ यू लर्न पब्लिक स्पीकिंग and what was your journey?
Okay. My journey, as in, I don't have a journey. I'm not a kind of like an influencer. Okay. But here, if you're asking me, then I will say definitely school days. Okay. We had one of our teachers. Okay. वो इतनी informal और इतनी अच्छी थी. I used to call her Dee. So she is more like an elder sister than a teacher. So her name is Archita Tiwari. She is a part of Toadmasters Club. If this is going on YouTube, then she must be proud of me today. As one of her students, she used to teach us soft skills. So that was where she actually taught us public speaking. What are the small things that you should consider while talking? अब देखो, क्लास में जैसे पढ़ाया जाता है, तुमको लाइन बाय लाइन थ्योरी बोला जाता है, डेफिनेशन बोला जाता है, सब पढ़ लिए तुम, बट तुम्हारा अगर एप्लीकेशन वाला नॉलेज अगर नहीं होता है, you wouldn't understand anything. फिजिक्स में तुम
Yeah.
पढ़ लिए कि में इतने लॉज होते हैं, न्यूटन के इतने लॉज होते हैं वगैरह वगैरह, बट अगर रास्ते पे जा रहे हो, गिर गए, किसने बोला कि अचानक कैसे गिर गए तुम? तो कोई अगर तुमको तब बताता ना तुम ये गिरे हो क्यों, क्योंकि ग्रेविटी, फ्रिक्शन, तब अगर तुमको एग्जांपल से समझाता ना, देन यू अंडरस्टैंड. तो वही है कि तुम पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कोई अगर तुमको समझाए कि these are the do's, these are the don'ts, रट्टा मार लो इसको और जब बोलने जाओ तो ये सब ध्यान रखो, तुमको नहीं रहेगा ध्यान. That is why practice more. This is exactly what I did. Okay, practice more. Like people ask, when celebrities are asked about what is the secret to your beauty and everything, they say I drink a lot of water. Similarly, I will say that I practiced a lot. That is what everybody should do in case of public speaking. Every time you will not get a huge audience of like 100 200 people. Start with one or two of your friends. Choose your best friend. Instead of talking to your friend over your phone for 1 hour in your native language, go talk to her or him in English. Okay, दोनों basic English से start करो. गलत बोलो, English pronoun him को her बोलो, इसको her बोलो, गलत बोलो, but बोलो. If you practice and keep on practicing, then that will automatically come. So I used to talk to my friends in English. Even now, whenever I talk to her, I choose English. That comes automatically. And since I was from a convent school, I had to talk in English. That was like a compulsion. So that you can call like that was like a bonus point for me. Now coming to college life. Now college, my college gave us like, this is like a brownie point. My college gave me so many opportunities to practice my public speaking, where I had an audience, where I had a jubilant audience, like, starting from my freshers to now to this day when I'm actually giving an interview of this kind. Everywhere, in most of the events, whenever I hosted, my college always gave me that opportunity to go solo, go host an event. And there I learned so many things, that these are the small things that you should take into consideration. One thing that you should always do is keep notes. पॉइंट वाइज ना लिख के रखो पॉइंट्स को, सो यू विल रिमेम्बर कि उस पॉइंट को तुमको इलेबोरेट करना है. पूरा अगर तुम सेंटेंस लिख के रखोगे ना, तो वहां पे जाके सब गलत हो जाएगा. यू विल फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग. कीप दोस पॉइंट्स रेडी विथ यू व्हेन यू गो आउट. Just when you go to speak, remember those points and then speak about it.
So coming to our next question, that how public speaking and conversation helps us to develop our thinking skills.
Basically, if you are going out to speak, you have to do a lot of research. Okay, if you are, let's say, talking, if you are hosting an event based on let's say Republic Day, so you have to know a little bit about Republic Day, about what was actually done on that day, and then certain facts, maybe interesting facts or like facts in general. So you will have to think about what happened on that day, etc. And one more thing that I just said minutes back, I'll just repeat it again. That is, you must have those points ready with you on a paper, or maybe just have it on your phone. Like you have those notes app, just point those, make points, small points of those things, and then you'll elaborate on them. So okay, and another thing, when you talked about thinking ability, you know what? Whenever you're speaking, I will just tell you about one of my seniors at school. She was such a good speaker. What she used to do is I followed her trick, and then I started practicing that myself too. So what she used to do is, whenever she used to go and talk on a topic, let's say in a debate or an extempore, she used to have those points in mind like everybody else. And then when she used to speak, she used to take some smart pauses. Now what do I mean by smart pauses? Like you talk and yes, so that is it. That is how we do it. See, these are the small pauses that I just took. So this is not very abrupt also. Like I'm not pausing, like I'm not stern, or maybe I'm not frozen like this, but then I'm also taking some pauses. Now what are those pauses for? So that you can think about what you are going to say next, or maybe what you just said was wrong or right, so that you can correct it. तो वो छोटी छोटी पॉजेस लेनी चाहिए. उन पॉजेस में तुम रेक्टिफाई कर लो कि क्या बोल रहे हो, ठीक है, या फिर नेक्स्ट क्या बोलने वाले हो थोड़ा सोच लो, या फिर देख ले दूसरे को, मतलब ऑडियंस में कौन क्या कर रहा है, फिर उसके अकॉर्डिंग तुम बात करना स्टार्ट करो. लाइक वन मोर थिंग दैट शी यूज्ड टू डू इज कि जब भी कोई डोज ऑफ हो रहा है, माने एनीबॉडी इज yawning and all, she used to suddenly change her voice modulation. She used to be like, hey, so this is what I was talking about, just imagine. So she used to shout, and then everybody used to like, what happened, क्या हुआ, अचानक क्यों चिल्ला रही है. तो वो होता है ना कि जाग जाओ, वो ब्रू गोल्ड वाला एक्शन हो जाता है. So these are the things that help in thinking.
Okay, so many of public speakers also told that listening is also a good habit for public speakers. And if you want to communicate with people, you have to be a good listener. So, what is your view of that thing?
Yeah. I will just add one more word to listening, that is writing. When you are talking to somebody, listening to an interview, you should always have pen and paper. I have my phone with me, so whenever you're telling about certain points that I should talk about, I'm writing it down in my notes app. Okay. This is like a digital thing, but if you are in a place where you cannot carry your phone or in a digital medium, carry your pen and a paper. I think everybody will allow that. Keep jotting those points कि क्या बोल रहे हैं. Listen to them. पूरा लाइन सुनो, वहां से जो मेन जो क्रक्स है ना, जो मेन चीज है, उसको लिख डालो. फिर उसके ऊपर तुमको बाद में बोलना है. ये इसीलिए यू जस्ट राइट दोस पॉइंट्स डाउन, लिसन टू देम केयरफुली, राइट दोस पॉइंट्स डाउन. और हर वक्त में ये नहीं होता है कि आप किसी को सुन रहे हो तो पूरा चीज सुनो. कुछ कुछ वर्ड्स पकड़ो. लाइक टुडे इन दिस इंटरव्यू आल्सो आई माइट हैव यूज्ड a few good words, okay, from my vocabulary, whatever vocabulary I have. उसमें से कुछ words मैंने use किए. There are so many good idioms also, like let's say cherry on top, or maybe green eye. All these are small idioms that are really nice to use. So if you hear these types of words from anybody who you're listening to, jot them down, okay, and then use them whenever you speak next. माने जब दोस्तों के साथ भी बात करोगे, use those words. ठीक है, तो इसलिए listening is very important, and writing those things down also.
Let's say we have learned how public speaking means, how we should learn. And now, if I want to ask that, why public speaking is important in our college life and in our career also.
Okay, let's say I ask you a question. You are in a classroom. Your professor is teaching you a so and so topic. Suddenly asks you, Snehashish, what is the answer to this question? Or anything, okay, any question. What will you do?
If I know the answer, I will tell that. And if I don't know, then I will say that, sir, I don't know that question.
I will press on end the meeting, exit from class, निकल जाओ class से भाग जाओ. Okay, let's say you are in college, okay, and a person comes to you. Let's say we are not taking into consideration a girl or a boy, just a person comes to you and tells you hi. Okay, you've never seen that person before in your life. A new person comes and tells you hi. What will be your reaction? What will you reply?
In that case, I will reply him or her that hello in normal cases.
Sorry?
Nothing much.
Just a hello.
Yeah.
So a good public speaker, if I consider myself to be a kind of I love public speaking. So if I was asked, like if somebody comes and tells me hi, what will I say? I will say hello, and then I will ask, are you from this college? Are you new to this place? And then if that person says yes, then I will continue further. Are you from like which department are you from? I've never seen you before in college. Why are you here? Like you are searching for somebody, or you are just waiting for beside the cafeteria for some food you're waiting for or anything? I will keep on talking like that. you are interested in talking. Okay, so this is it. Like, okay, I just got forgot about the main question. What is the question?
My question was why public speaking is important in our college life and our career.
Yeah. So see, in this case, you just ended with an abrupt hello. Now, if you like later on you went to your class and you saw that person is in your class only, that is your classmate. ये होगी कॉलेज की बात. अगर सपोज कहीं तुम बाहर हो एंड यू एक्सीडेंटली मीट अ पर्सन, तुम ऐसे हाय हेलो करके बात खत्म कर दिए, अपने ऑफिस में गए, जाके देखे वही तुम्हारे बॉस ने, ठीक है, तो क्या करोगे तुम? फिर बाद में सोचोगे अरे यार मैंने बॉस को यस हेलो बोल दिया, हेलो बोल के मैं निकल गया, रूड लगा होगा. दैट पर्सन, योर बॉस माइट बी हैविंग अ रॉन्ग इंटेंशन अबाउट यू नाउ, कि आप बहुत रूड हो, ऐसे कोई हाई बोलेगा तो हेलो बोल के निकल जाओगे बस. तो यही होता है ना कि आपका एक इंप्रेशन अलग बन जाता है. सो whenever if you are a public speaker, you should know that you should have that confidence in you, एंड ये डेफिनेटली करियर को बहुत इफेक्ट करेगा. बिकॉज जैसे मैंने बोला, बॉस वाला एग्जांपल डेफिनेटली करियर को इफेक्ट करेगा. एंड दिस पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्किल नो एक्चुअली हेल्प्स इन बिल्डिंग योर एंटायर पर्सनालिटी. ये जैसे ना बोलते हैं ना कि पर्सनालिटी पे 4 चांद लगा देगा. ठीक है, तुम जैसे बात करते हो, जैसे कुछ होता है ना, लाइक सर्टेन पीपल लाइक लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू सम पीपल. लाइक आई हैव सम सीनियर्स हु आई लुक फॉरवर्ड टू, आई गेट इंस्पायर्ड बाय. क्यों होती हूँ? क्योंकि उनका बात करने का तरीका में भी, जैसे वो हेल्प करते हैं, जैसे वो काम करते हैं, वो मेरे को पसंद है. सो आई गेट इंस्पायर्ड बाय दैट पर्सन. तो यही होता है ना कि अगर उनको बात करना नहीं आता है, तुम उनको पूछ रहे हो कि भैया ऐसे कैसे करना है, मतलब इसको कैसे करना है, वो बोले कि हाँ ये गूगल कर लो, मिल जाएगा तुमको. इंस्टेड इफ दैट पर्सन सेज तुम ये वाला चीज ना गूगल में लिखो, लिख के देखो, अगर तुमको आंसर मिलता है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो मेरे को बोलना, मैं हेल्प कर दूं. व्हिच वन इज बेटर? द सेकंड वन डेफिनेटली. सो ये होता है ना कि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग मतलब वो कॉन्वर्सेशनल स्किल्स होनी चाहिए. इट डेफिनेटली मेक्स यू अ ग्रेट पर्सन.
ओके, इन दिस केस मैं एक और चीज पूछना चाहूंगा कि एक दो वर्ड्स है, इंट्रोवर्ट एंड एक्सट्रोवर्ट, तो इसके बारे में कुछ बोलेंगे?
मिक्सट्रोवर्ट भी बोल सकते हो, वो मैंने इन्वेंट कर दिया. चलो पता नहीं है कि नहीं डिक्शनरी
या
में, तो बना लिया मिक्सट्रोवर्ट. मिक्सट्रोवर्ट, हाँ मेरे को तो फेवरेट है मिक्सट्रोवर्ट, क्योंकि I love talking to new people. I love socializing, and I also like spending time with myself. I love spending time sitting alone, thinking about my life, everything. So मैं तो फिर extrovert हो गई. ठीक है, कोई नहीं. So extrovert उनको बोलते हैं जो मतलब बात करने में इंटरेस्टेड होते हैं और जिनमें वो कॉन्फिडेंस है कि वो बात कर सकते हैं. लाइक इफ यू आर आस्क्ड टू गिव योर ओपिनियन कि आपको क्या लगता है इसके बारे में, तो वो अपने एक जनरल व्यू देंगे, सच बोलेंगे कि हाँ आपने जो बोला आई अग्री विथ यू बिकॉज ऑफ सो एंड सो पॉइंट्स, और आई डोंट अग्री विथ यू बिकॉज ऑफ दीज पॉइंट्स. वो अपना ओपिनियन रख सकते हैं. बट इंट्रोवर्ट्स आर मोर लाइक they are not comfortable giving their views always. They are like कि वही है सेम चीज जो स्टार्टिंग में बोला था कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, मैं पता नहीं ये बोलूंगी तो पता नहीं ज्यादा रूड लगेगा, एरोगेंट लगेगा, थोड़ा आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स जा रही हूँ, थोड़ा वियर्ड लग रहा है, तो वो ऐसा सोचेंगे. एक्सट्रोवर्ट ज्यादा सोचते नहीं है. दे लाइक बोल देते हो फिर सोचेंगे क्या कर दिया मैंने. ये होते हैं एक्सट्रोवर्ट्स. एंड मिक्सट्रोवर्ट्स लाइक मी, दे आर लाइक मतलब जहां भी जाओ देख लेंगे.
both
Amphibians, they're like
characteristics.
amphibians.
So reading books also help us to know new words and that we can use in our conversation, that we can use in our public speaking skills. So our next question is, are reading books are really important in the case of public speakings and all?
Definitely. You know what? You should always read storybooks. When I used to be in school, I had a lot of time to read books, and then we used to have the subject English where we used to write essays. We had 25 marks, so we used to take it very seriously. And we out of 5 essay topics, there was one topic which I always attempted. That was the story writing part. Okay, so that is one place where you can actually go out of bounds. You can create your own stories from your imaginative world. So then in school days we had those essays, but now I actually figured out that you learn a lot by reading books. That is, you get a good stock of words with you, okay, by reading a lot. Okay, now there are many alternatives to that. Like let's say you have a long sentence जिसको तुम actually एक अच्छे phrase तुम convert मतलब एक replace कर सकते हो. जैसे कि अगर मैंने बोला कि अरे वो बात तुमने सुना है, बहुत फेमस हो रहा है, वो तो मतलब हर किसी के मुंह पे है अभी वो बात, इसको if you have to say in English and then in one phrase you can say talk of the town. Did you hear about that has literally become the talk of the town. तो ऐसे कुछ कुछ phrases या words ना यूज कर सकते हैं जिसका knowledge तभी आएगा जब if you read books or you listen to podcasts or you listen to some speakers, like if
or
you see
audiobooks
those videos
also.
or everything. Yeah, right, audiobooks also. So these are the places where you hear and learn about these things. So yeah, definitely reading books will definitely help you gain concentration, which is like a plus point. Okay, and then see, reading books is a different thing. Mane, you have to have that love for reading books, or else you won't feel it. Otherwise, you'll feel like यार pages पे pages पढ़े जा रहे, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, मजा नहीं आ रहा है. But if you're a book lover, you'll understand कि एक page
And
का
also, I want to add that many people thinks that reading books means reading the books in our schools, that syllabus books. Not that we have to read books of story. That
yeah.
yes, story books means my favorite books is Sherlock Holmes and Bomkesh Bokshi and Feluda. I love those books. I love detective type of books. These things also help us to know about many things, many situations, and also helps us to. What is your favorite books?
My favorite author is Khaled Hosseini, and my favorite book, most of my friends know it too. My favorite book is Kite Runner because I really, really like the story. It's such an emotional story, and the way he's written it, I literally feel like I'm living the story. So, yes.
I will also read that in future.
That
Thanks
is
for
there in our
suggesting.
college cafe, by the way, Melbourne Cafe. You can go read it.
Okay, I will definitely read that book. Coming to our next question, we talk about story books. Now coming to storytelling. हम लोग देखते हैं जो पब्लिक स्पीकर्स मीन्स मोर ओवर जो स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियंस होते हैं वो ज्यादातर स्टोरी टेलिंग करते हैं, जैसे कि कपिल शर्मा करता है या फिर और भी बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियंस है जो कि स्टोरी टेलिंग करते हैं, और दिस इज अ वेरी गुड वे टू कम्युनिकेट विद पीपल. पब्लिक स्पीकर्स फॉलो दिस थिंग. So my question is, what is storytelling and why this skill is important in public speaking?
See, storytelling, again, if you Google this, you'll get it. बट स्टोरी टेलिंग अगर समझना है तो वही है कि स्टोरी टेलिंग में आप क्या करते हो, आप एक कहानी बताते हो लोगों को, ऐसा कहानी बताते हो जो लोग सुनना पसंद करेंगे. लाइक यू सी द बॉलीवुड मूवीज, द हॉलीवुड मूवीज, एनी काइंड ऑफ मूवीज. तो उसमें जो मूवी होती है वो भी एक कहानी होती है. कोई भी रैंडम कहानी डायरेक्टर आके नहीं बताता है एक्ट्रेसेस या एक्टर्स को कि ये कहानी इसी के ऊपर फिल्म बनाते हैं. कोई एक लेजिट, एक रेलेवेंट कहानी होनी चाहिए, उसी के ऊपर एक मूवी बनती है. सिमिलरली स्टोरी टेलिंग भी वही है. यू पिक अ टॉपिक, मैंने नॉट टॉपिक, अ प्लॉट, एंड देन यू स्पीक ऑन दैट. यू इमेजिन कि ऐसे हो सकता है, वैसे हो सकता है, ऐसे कहानी जा रहे हैं, उसको थोड़ा ट्विस्ट देते हैं, फिर सीधे लेते हैं, लेके आते हैं. ऐसे होता है स्टोरी टेलिंग. और जब आप स्टोरी टेलिंग कर रहे हो ना, तो अगर आप उसको वैसे बोलो जैसे कि इफ इट्स समथिंग, माने कुछ अगर मिस्ट्री टाइप का कुछ है, इफ यू हैव अ लाइन वेयर इट इन्वॉल्व्स मिस्ट्री, देन यू से the person went into the room and that person was waiting to get a good response, but that person was really intimidated to open the door, and as soon as he opened the door he saw something that literally uh, he got petrified after seeing what he saw. ऐसे अगर आप बोलते हो तो एक सस्पेंस वाला चीज होता है. यू गेट इट, मैंने यू विल ऑल्सो गेट दोस चिल्स, एंड आप इमेजिन करने लगोगे, आप अपने साथ साथ अपने ऑडियंस को भी इमेजिन करना स्टार्ट करवा दोगे. तो यही होता है. और ये डेफिनेटली पब्लिक स्पीकिंग तो डेफिनेटली है ये, क्योंकि पब्लिक को, ऑडियंस को आप एड्रेस कर रहे हो और उसमें आप बोल रहे हो, तो डेफिनेटली पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है.
Now coming to our next question, that is, you talked about reading books. So my question is, what kind of books you refer to the learners, means who wants to learn this public speaking skills and communication skills? What kind of books you want to suggest them?
आई फील नन, बिकॉज पब्लिक स्पीकिंग के लिए बुक्स पढ़ के कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. बुक्स पढ़ के यू विल गेट योर स्टॉक ऑफ वर्ड्स, यू विल गेट योर वोकैबुलरी, ग्रामर सही होगा तुम्हारा, वो सब होगा. बट फिर वो तुम किसी भी बुक पढ़ के कर लो, ठीक है, वो तुम कोई भी स्टडी बुक जब पढ़ रहे हो, स्टडी रिलेटेड बुक, उसको करने से भी हो जाएगा. बट देन इफ यू आर एक्चुअली विलिंग टू लर्न हाउ टू स्पीक इन पब्लिक, Number one, practice. Number two, listen. Listen to videos, listen to people. I just forgot to mention, by the way, my favorite YouTuber is my most preferred public speaking inspiration, you can call it. Mostly same, you must be knowing, Prajakta Kohli. Very good
Absolutely.
speaker. Yeah, if you watch her Sawal Saturday or a Real Talk Tuesday videos, she does not do any makeup or she does not dress up. She will come to you with a very raw face, a raw background, everything very, very plain and simple. But the way she talks, she engages her users, I mean her audience in that way. मैंने she talks on a particular topic जो लोग सुनना चाहेंगे उससे. तो यही है ना कि आप स्टोरी आप ऐसे बताओ, स्टोरी टेलिंग करो, बात करो, तो उसी से होता है काम. सो रीड करने से सिर्फ नहीं होगा, यू हैव टू लिसन टू पीपल. जो लोग अच्छा बोलते हैं, इंग्लिश बोलते हैं या फिर हिंदी अच्छे से बोलते हैं, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करना आता है, कॉन्फिडेंस है, उनसे बात करो, प्रैक्टिस विद देम, उनको सुनो, जब वो बात करते हैं उनसे उनसे थोड़ा कम्युनिकेट करो. यही है.
ओके, एंड लास्टली आई वांट टू ऐड दैट किसी भी रैंडम आदमी से भी आप बात कर सकते हो. मतलब पकड़ के ऐसे नहीं बोलना है कि चलो बात करते हैं, नॉट लाइक दैट. बट हाँ, अगर कोई बात करने है, जैसे कि ट्विंकल दी ने अभी बोला था कि कोई अगर आके तुम्हें हाय बोले तो उससे कैसे कॉन्वर्सेशन को आगे बढ़ाना है. तो लाइक दैट इफ वी टॉक टू अननोन पर्सन्स वी कैन मास्टर इन दिस स्किल. So that is the thing. Okay, so finally, what was your experience through this podcast? Please share that.
I had a great time. This was my first time since I did an interview of this kind. It was really amazing. It was a first time experience. I loved it. And I spoke on something which I really love doing. So I actually engaged with it a lot. One question that I want to put forward for you to answer, will you?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you do all these podcasts and interviews of these kinds, okay? So what are like how much time do you invest in this? What are the preparations that you do to get an interview ready? Like today, let's say this interview, you asked me a few questions. What research did you do to arrange an interview?
I want to do a podcast with someone like you. तो मुझे बहुत सारे रिसर्चेस करना पड़ता है. जैसे कि मैं तो बहुत सारे पॉडकास्ट पहले से ही सुनता हूँ, जैसे कि रणवीर आलावादिया हो गया. आई लिसन टू मेनी पीपल लाइक अंकुर वारिकू, सो आई गेट हेल्प फ्रॉम देयर. एंड फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक लाइक पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, इट इज अ ग्रेट टॉपिक. सो मैं इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा ऐसा सर्च करता हूँ कि कौन से ऐसे क्वेश्चंस है जो लोगों को ज्यादा दिक्कत करता है. मीन्स जैसे कि हो गया कि व्हाई पीपल्स आर अफ्रेड ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, कि बहुत सारे लोग पब्लिक स्पीकिंग से डरते हैं. सो दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन. And obviously I see a lot of videos on YouTube on this topic, public speaking. So this kind of thing I have to do while doing a podcast, and then I put down all the points that, as you said, कि points बनानो. तो I do that also. कि कौन से क्वेश्चंस है, उन क्वेश्चंस को मैं पॉइंट डाउन करता हूँ. देन आई स्टार्टेड दैट पॉडकास्ट.
So basically, you do whatever is actually right. You first research, you then listen, watch videos,
Yeah.
listen to people, and then find out what are the flaws, what are the negatives that are actually bothering people not to speak in public. And then you jot those points, make a list of all the solutions, and then you make the final video, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
So yeah, now it's
anything you
time
want to
for us
add?
to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh, and oh, what can I just said everything? I think it was a great conversation. I love talking. Okay, and then we had what a long session today. I loved it. I never miss an opportunity to teach people. I teach many students, and then I help out people. I go on meet and then talk to people. I just love it. Because of this COVID times, I have to stay at home and then meet screen to screen and not face to face. I hate that. But I expect things to go back to normalcy very soon so that I can meet my audience, have fun with my audience again. So that's it. And keep listening, okay, to both Sneha Shish's podcast and to every other podcast or video you are interested in. Listen to people, get those words, get the tone, the pattern in which they talk. ओके एंड हाँ, एक चीज मैंने बोलना मिस कर दिया कि ये है कि अगर आपको इंग्लिश नहीं आता है, मैंने शायद बोला था ये, इंग्लिश अगर नहीं आता
Yeah,
तो ऐसा
you have
बात
said
नहीं है
that.
कि आप और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आप इंग्लिश में बोल रहे हो तो आपके एक पर्टिकुलर एक ब्रिटिश या फिर अमेरिकन एक्सेंट होना चाहिए एंड एवरी प्रोनाउंसिएशन हैज टू बी परफेक्ट, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
मेन
देयर आर
चीज है
मेनी.
जो ऑडियंस के साथ कनेक्ट होना, वही मेन चीज है आई थिंक.
Exactly. This is exactly what I was trying to talk throughout this entire session or interview. That is, you have to connect with your audience. आपकी audience अगर ऐसी है जिन्होंने पढ़ाई लिखाई नहीं की है, they are illiterate, then you have to talk to them in that simple way so that they understand कि आप बोलना क्या चाहते हो. You have to convince them. ठीक है. और अगर आप वैसे ही अगर आप बहुत लिटरेट लोगों से बात करो, आपके स्टैंडर्ड एज इन आपके और एजुकेशनल स्टैंडर्ड के लेवल के बहुत ऊपर अगर कोई है नॉट सीनियर देन यू, then you have to maintain that dignity, talk to them, crack jokes but also not make them feel what disrespected or anything of that sort. So yeah, you have to understand, feel the audience, feel the environment, and then do it accordingly. And again, practice. Stop.
एंड ऑल्सो मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में अच्छे हो जाए, देन वी कैन डू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, लाइक वी कैन इवन लीड अ टीम. क्योंकि ये जो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग का जो प्रॉब्लम होता है वो 100 में से I can say that 95 people have this problem. Okay, so में से 95 people have this problem of public speaking. And while if I know that how to speak with different kind of public and different kind of audience, there was lot of things we have to do. Means in previous podcast, I have talked with Yuvraj Bhaiya also on internships and projects. So while doing an internship or while doing some projects, especially, we have to talk with our teachers. And we have to talk with some other peoples also, so that helps us a lot if we know how to speak with the different kind of peoples.
By the way, the project that you're talking about with Yuvraj, that is actually our project. That means mine and Yuvraj's. So the thing that you were talking about with Yuvraj right now, that project is actually our project, mine Yuvraj's, and then I was the one to talk to the client. Okay, so ऐसा है कि if you don't talk to the client properly, you wouldn't get the project. Similarly, even in a job interview, if you do not know the content, but you can impress the what do you call it, your HR or maybe the person interviewing you, your interviewer, by the way you talk. ओके कि उनको भरोसा दिला दो कि आप में वो कॉन्फिडेंस है, कोई क्लाइंट आया उसको कन्विंस कर सकते हो, कॉन्फिडेंस है, बात करने की स्किल्स है, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्किल्स है, वो तुमको ऐसे ही ले लेंगे. क्योंकि एक कंपनी में हमेशा काम नहीं होता है कोडिंग. इफ यू आर अप्लाइंग फॉर अ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर जॉब, आप अगर मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड से हो, हमेशा ये नहीं कि हमेशा आपको मेडिकल रिलेटेड स्टफ ही करना है, आपको पेशेंट से बात भी करना है, उनको बताना भी है कि आप क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है पेशेंट की. तो यही है कि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन एवरी फील्ड, इन एवरी सिंगल फील्ड.
Okay, so now we have talked too much on public speaking. हमने बहुत बात कर ली इस पे. Now I think we should wrap this session here. And thank you to join me today's podcast. Thank you. And to the listener, to the viewers, you should follow Twinkle on Instagram. What is your Instagram ID? I don't know that.
My Instagram ID, you can follow my art page which says Twinkdraws, TWINKDRAWS.
Okay, so the link is given in the description box.
That's
you can
it.
check that out. So thank you.